Hey there, my name is Lydia Luce. Welcome to Bothering the Bands. Have a rad day. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to Bothering the Band.
Thank you. I'm Lydia.
Hey Lydia, we're so happy to have you. It's been in the works. Gomi has been working so hard to get you on this, and it's been a long time in the making. And it's if there's been any back and forth, it's all our fault. So um, but you've been on our radar for a long time, and we're doing something a little differently. I'm gonna just kick this off with a crazy question and this will lead into something else. Salt Life sticker or Smashville sticker?
Oh, oh. That's such a tough question. I feel like I'm gonna say Salt Life because I'm here now, but if I was in Florida with a Salt Life sticker, it would be like no bueno. But yeah, I'm gonna say Salt Life. I haven't thought about Salt Life stickers in so long.
Oh my God, that's amazing. You were talking to one reluctant Floridian and another recovered Floridian, Abby.
Yes.
Um, so this is Kismet. We're
Yay.
we're proud of your Florida roots, and we totally understand why you got out.
Uh-huh.
And then also with the new record, we understand, which is what I'm doing, making peace with that part of you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's only two ways to do it. You either make peace with it or you're like still pissed or
Or you
rather
battle it.
or you battle it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad for you guys that you made it out too. I still it's such a love-hate thing. It's such a I'm sure y'all like agree. It's like there's so many aspects of it that I loved and then I'm so grateful to not be there also.
Well, well, let me say this because to save our listeners who are pulling their hair out right now, we are back in Florida.
Oh,
We both left like respect like what different place. I lived in New York for 10 years. Abby lived in Wyoming for 20 years. And by fate, what have you, we're back. That's why I said recovered for her, reluctant for me.
okay, okay. I took like reluctant to mean like not accepting that you're from there.
Oh no, I lie all the time.
Oh my God, I relate to that. I mean, yeah. I there's so many beautiful parts of it, obviously, and like the weather. I called my parents today and they were like, it's so cold today. It's 75 degrees.
Yep. We are dealing with that first chilly day, or yesterday was as well. And I'm gonna just hold back a little bit because I love the cold, I really do. And I whenever it gets cold, everyone rejoices. Like everyone's like, it's so, oh my God. And to me, it's like an abusive lover. You're like, today they didn't hit me. And you're like, why are you celebrating this? It is gross 99% of the time. Also, I'm in South Florida, so I wanted to ask you put on your bio Fort Lauderdale, but I'm wondering if it's Fort Lauderdale proper or if you're like Dania Beach or some or
No, Fort
Davie.
Lauderdale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What
Okay.
about you? Where are you?
I'm in Parkland, like Coral Springs
Yeah,
area.
that's where my violin lessons were.
Whoa, that's wild. The reason I say that, I'm sure you know, is certain parts of the world you have to just associate with the closest city, and Florida is like that, where like no one knows what Coral Springs is. So
No.
I would be like, oh, I'm west of Fort Lauderdale. So
Yeah.
I was curious.
No one knows my town either.
Where are you?
That's weird.
Indy Atlantic,
I don't even know that.
Melbourne.
Oh, okay. Yeah, right. He's the closest city. Oh, wow. I used to say for a little while, I would say Miami, like, because when I was like, some people I thought wouldn't even know what Fort Lauderdale was. And I was just like, oh, it's Miami, whatever, close enough. But now people, I feel like people know where Fort Lauderdale is, but
Yeah.
wow.
Okay. Now that we got the Florida part of this pod out of the way, let's move on to the Nashville part. How do
Yeah.
you feel about bachelorette parties?
Oh, no, thank you.
We ask everyone from or based in Nashville this question. We did a live show in Nashville over the summer and we asked that question and it got
Yeah.
a roar.
Oh, they're the worst. I mean, it's like it's really taking over. They're everywhere. Especially like in my neighborhood, I feel like there's a lot of Airbnbs. So there's just tons of them, like with their little rolling suitcases and their cowboy hats, and I don't know, they're taking over. It's a lot. It's changed Nashville. I feel like Nashville has become such a touristy destination now. Like I mean, I haven't been here for that long, but it's I think really changed in the last like 10 years. But they wild, man. They
Yeah.
wild.
It was wild when we were there. And the uniform of the cowboy or like festival hat and then the
Uh-huh.
white like cowboy boots, low top cowboy boots with like a skirt. I was like, they're just everywhere.
They all look the same. And I was just in the airport and I saw so many of them, either coming or going. Yeah. And then the pedals, they're on the pedal tavern. They're on the like, we have like every theme of moving vehicle, like drinking little thing. Like there's like one it's like a bus, but it's painted like a cow. And then there's like a tractor one. And then there's the pedal taverns. I'm like, do you guys, there's plenty. We don't need another like themed bus drinking situation. And then they go so slow and you're just all the locals are just like stuck behind them, like, leave, please.
You need skateboard bars. Just everyone like tricking on skateboards. What else could we do? What other kind of movable bars could we do?
Um, um, let's see. Like, yeah, I thought it was unicycle.
Wheelbarrow.
That's not good for drinking. Yeah,
Yeah.
wheelbarrow. That's cute. That's fun.
Yeah.
Little sleds. Yeah, it's a lot.
How do you describe your music? It's tough. It's tough for me.
Sure. Yeah. I kind of just say like indie folk lately
Mm-hmm.
because I've always like folk has been like the through line, I think. And each record has like a couple songs that might not fit into like that or whatever. But I think like overall, all the like overarching like theme is probably indie folk. But it definitely like changes, and I love that. Like I love um kind of experimenting with different sounds for each record. And I think sometimes it's confusing to like my audience. Like I just saw a comment yesterday. I posted like an acoustic video and she was like, I like when you do acoustic music best. And I was like, that's fair. And I have to make, the music that I want to make or I'll feel like weird about it. So, this record's like way more experimental. Like there's like straight up like scuba diving bubble sounds and like a funky poem in the middle um about Florida. So it's definitely more experimental, especially than the last couple. And they've just kind of been getting more um like experimental maybe. But then I think the next record I want to make is going to be completely different than this one. I just love like exploring sounds and I don't like parameters. So
You're speaking our language. And anyone who doesn't, I don't know, there's a Bob Dylan quote in here somewhere where it's like when he went electric, where it's like, don't pigeonhole your favorite artist because then you're pigeonholing yourself. I don't know.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say that My favorite song so far is Dark River,
Yeah.
which, that's just what I've been jamming to. Um, what have you been, not aside from your own music, of course, because we just imagine you listening to your own music top to bottom all day. What other music are you into?
Um, I mean, lately I've just been like so into Leslie Feist's new record. I love Feist. Um, I've been really into this Portuguese artist named Maro. I really like listening to music in different languages. And music with no lyrics. Like I think I go through phases of only listening to lyricless music, just for my brain, and or listening to music in different languages because I can just listen to the melodies and um like the harmonies instead of analyzing lyrics or something, which I maybe people analyze like the music and the harmonies and more than the lyrics sometimes too. But for me, like I think it's really peaceful for me to listen to music without lyrics.
That's cool. Okay. Real dumb question. Lydia Dietz or Lucille Ball?
Oh, Lucille Ball.
Okay. Do you know who Lydia Dietz is?
No,
Okay.
that's why I
That's
said Lucille Ball.
well, this is
It's
a good,
Lydia Dietz season right now.
yeah, it is. This is a good like barometer of what your personality is. Lydia
Okay.
Dietz is Winona Ryder's character from Beetlejuice.
Oh, I didn't know her last name was Dietz.
We were trying to just find another Lydia.
There aren't very many
It's not
Lydias
very-
out
yeah.
there
There
born
really
before
are.
1900.
No, there aren't. It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
There, I don't find many, and when I do find one, I'm like, ooh, it's you. We found one another. Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't know her last name was Dietz. That's so very, and also I need to like watch that now.
Yep.
'Tis the season.
Tis the season. Beetlejuice. Okay. So what's the weirdest spelling or pronunciation you've ever gotten of your name? Starbucks, teacher, or something like that.
I mean, people mispronounce my last name all the time, like Lucci or
Yes.
Lucy or like
Gee,
Luce.
it's like
We got back, after the Europe tour, my husband and I went to Italy, and everyone assumed I was Italian because of my last name, like Luce means light. And I just like went with it. It's like, sure, I'll lean into that. But people say Luce, Lucy, like, what else have I gotten? That one's like Lucci is like the funniest one to me. Yeah, people usually nail Lydia. It's not too, maybe Lydia.
Lydia. Yeah, that's
Or people think my name is Olivia a lot. Like Lydia and Olivia, I feel like kind of.
They're just listening to the end of it. That's
Yeah.
why they heard an
Yeah.
L and
They're
then
like, oh,
the
okay.
end.
Exactly. Yeah.
okay. So again, I'm just prefacing this real dumb. Loosey Goosey or Nervous Nelly?
I like Nervous Nelly. Nelly's fun.
But what are you like a neurotic nervous Nelly or are you like loosey goosey pretty chill?
Hmm. I was just like going off of the way that those sounded.
Sounded
I think have I want to be more loosey goosey, but I think I'm Nervous Nelly often in seasons. I think right now I'm in a loosey goosey season. Thank God. But I think I have been in a Nervous Nelly season, like pre-tours, both of these last tours, slash maybe during the tours. Yeah, but I aim for loosey goosey.
I think we all do. We all
Yeah,
want to.
yeah,
I always wish I was like more go with the flow.
dude, same.
Let's blame our parents. I think that's what I'm learning. It's all their fault, right?
Absolutely everything.
Okay. What's your Monday morning breakfast?
Yo, I've been like leaning into fall like super hard, and I've been eating pumpkin oatmeal, and it's so fire. It's like really good. Pumpkin puree with oatmeal, maple syrup, pumpkin spices, and like walnuts. Like, oh my God, so good.
Sounds great. So you're making this. You're doing the puree. You're not buying like a packet like
It's canned.
okay.
No, it's definitely, yeah, we're not pureeing anything in this house.
But you're like buying the can of puree, buying the oatmeal and like
Oh yeah,
making
mixing it all
yeah.
up. Yeah, we're doing that. We're doing
Okay.
that.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's really, I mean, I highly suggest it. So good. I'm just leaning into the fall spirits, until winter when I become miserably grumpy and wish I was still in Florida.
That's why I moved back.
I, yeah, I lived in Boston for a little bit, and I'm like, how the hell did I do that? Like at this point, from here on out, we're only getting warmer. Like I'm not, yeah, I can't do any colder than Nashville.
Well, at least in Nashville, you have seasons. In South Florida, it's like 10 months of summer. Then I don't know, you just don't appreciate summer at all. That's my beef. And again, I can't continue because Abby and the listeners have heard this many times.
You want those seasons.
I want those seasons. I want cold. I'll take cold. Y'all are crazy. I can't sweat. I'm always sweaty, so that's probably why. I also think you dress cooler in the cold, like Florida. It's just all
Oh my God,
Crocs.
I feel the opposite. I literally had this thought today when I was getting ready to leave the house. I was like, all I want to wear is sweatpants. I'm literally wearing sweatpants. I was like, what do people wear? I forget. I think I get into it. Like it just got cold. We just got back. Like it turned cold while I was on tour. And I today was like, I forget, like, what do I wear? Do I wear pants? What pants do I wear? How do I look cool? So I've just been wearing sweatpants the last couple of days because I don't remember. I'm like, I also need to find where my warm clothes are. Until then, I'm just, yeah.
That's how I feel the opposite though, where I'm just like wearing jeans, dripping sweat, being like, I don't know what to do here. Whatever. Speaking of clothes, do you sit down to put on your shoes? We're scorching questions, really in depth.
I'm like now that I'm yeah. Anytime you start a question, I'm like, what is this gonna be?
I don't know if they
I
warned you, if Gomi warned you, like this is
I love this so much. I think I'm like I'll throw a leg up and onto a surface
okay.
and like get the shoe on because I'm a tall gal. I'm like 5'9". It's a long way down for me if I'm standing to put on a shoe. So I either sit or throw a leg up on a chair, some sort of situation.
Yeah, and it depends, if you're rocking boots or something that needs to be tied, or if you're just like slipping in some Reeboks or something like that. It all depends.
But that's why, again, Florida, like flip-flops or like, I mean, I don't really wear flip-flops anymore, but sandals or anything I can just slide my foot into and leave the house. I just love it. It's great. I probably will start. That's what I should do. I should start wearing socks and sandals now that it's cold. That will be cool with my sweatpants.
It's so classy. I mean,
I remember when I was like in my 20s, my mom would always say, you're always just trying to dress so cool and like you're gonna get sick because you're not wearing enough like warm clothes. Like I was living in Boston, and now I'm like the opposite. I don't care about looking cool. I just want to be comfy, and I just love 30s. I love being in my 30s.
wait till you get to your 40s. It's even better.
I can't wait to see my sweatpant collection.
I'll tell you this, they're the same sweatpants you have right now, just more of them. And older. They're older sweatpants. I was gonna say, so I didn't know when I moved to South Florida, guys wearing the slides with socks was a weird thing that I noticed. Do you remember this?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I think that's weird. I think if you're
It's
going
not
flip flops,
cool. It's
oh,
not, it's
certainly not
really
cool.
weird. No, I agree with you. It's not cool. It's weird, but it makes sense.
I kind
You
of
don't
get
want your
it.
toesies to be cold, but then you also want to slip a little, you got to go outside. I don't like, okay, this is a Florida thing. I hate wearing shoes. Like my husband, every time he leaves the house, like to go, if he leaves something in the car and he has to go outside onto the sidewalk, he's like, well, hold on, I've got to put my shoes on. I'm like, why? Why do you have to? You're just going outside on the sidewalk. Like it's not dirty. It's not a dirty place. I literally hate wearing shoes.
I agree. I think Ryan's the opposite. I think Ryan really likes shoes.
Well, okay. This is turning into Ryan's a psychopath pod.
It is. It's so
Um,
much fun.
I will say this. I do like shoes. I work from home. I can do whatever I want, but I am like a get in a state of mind. I wake up early, I do all my shit. And however, I agree with you though. If my shoes are off and I'm running outside to like, I don't know, get the mail, take out the garbage, you know, say hi to someone, I'm not putting on shoes.
Okay, see, there you
The
go.
driveway, it's the sidewalk. No one's like breaking bottles in the
That's
suburbs of
where
South
I'm at.
Florida. Like,
That's where I'm at. Like my husband, I'm like, can you take the trash out? He's like, well, I've got to put my shoes on. I'm like, just take the trash out. It's fine. Like what?
oh, that's so
From
funny.
New York City. He is from New York though, so I do think like that's his brain is like, ew, gross outside.
And he has a cool name, right?
Ryan.
Oh, okay. So we have this written down, and I'm just gonna jump to it. Bear in mind, do you guys know how stunning you are? Because looking at your fucking Instagram and your wedding photos and shit, like he's
Oh,
a super talented, good looking designer. You're a super talented, good looking musician. Do you guys just lay in bed and like look at us here? We're doing something.
no, we just lay in bed tooting.
Dude,
I appreciate that. Thank you. Um, he's a beautiful man. He's come through so many, he's like the kind of human that can pull off like any hairstyle. And he really has been experimenting lately. Like every time I've come home from tour recently, he's had a drastically different hairstyle. Like I came home from the US tour and his hair was bleach blonde. And then I came home from I think I was in Nashville. I just came home from rehearsal or something. I was only gone for a few hours and he had shaved his own head, but he shaved it so short and like he looked bald. But I was like, this is good to see, just if it happens later on. Now I know the shape of your head,
yeah.
and it's a good shape.
So what? So in addition to just being like stunning individuals, you're challenging your looks and still being stunning. Like Brad Pitt's like that. Like any fucking hairdo that guy
Yes,
has, it's like, oh, you're an Adonis.
that is
Jeez.
honest. Yes, absolutely.
Well, shout out to Ryan. He's an Adonis.
Good shaped head. Good shaped head, that one.
I love that we just lay in bed tooting. Oh, that's gonna be the quote of the episode. I love it.
That's marriage.
Just tooting. I mean, that's just life. Like, don't be ashamed of your I have a daughter, and one of my main goals is don't be ashamed of your toots.
Oh, I
You
love
know,
that. What a good dad.
we just fart up a store. Farts are funny. Abby and I had a discussion recently where it's like the idea of farts are funny, but like farts, if you farted on someone, it's not funny. You know what I mean? Not cool.
No good. No good. Uh, like any other most other scenarios, it's
Yeah.
all good. Funny.
Just with your partner farting, with your family
I even
farting.
find it to be wall shattering. Like when you share a fart with someone that you don't know well, and it's funny. You both have a funny reaction to it. Wow, you're friends for life. Like it's just so you're like you've broken that barrier. You're like, oh, you're a human too. Cool. Let's do this. Let's be humans together.
I hope you don't end this conversation and go to Gomi and like, what did you get me into? This is
No,
bananas.
this is so wonderful. This is perfect.
Oh, I didn't know you could do that. That's great. Okay, you mentioned tour. Have you ever traveled by bus, not on tour, like to visit family, something like that?
Yeah, we've done some like just fun like short travels, but the longest travels, like the longest we've stayed in the bus have been with on tour. But I call it tourcation. Those tours I book myself and I book them how I want to tour, like in a healthy way, like not 5 shows in a row. We do like 2, 3 shows in a row. Then, and I also book them in places I want to go to. So, like the last tour, we got to take the bus onto an island off of Maine, and it was stunning. We literally put it on a ferry, and we got to play in this like beautiful place on this island, like with just this like magical community of people, like hippie farmer people, and like there are free oysters. Like I'm trying to only play shows like that. And then we had a day off like before and after, and we just kayaked and swam in the ocean, and it's my favorite thing. It's so fun. We bring our dog, and she's like, I think she likes it.
I think that's great. And that goes along with what you were saying about your music and your evolution is like, just do what you want to do. We very much align with that
Yeah.
because we get a lot of people reaching out to us, be like, you should do this to like boost this. And we're like, nah, we got a good thing going here. We're good. And traveling where you want to go is great.
Yeah, you have to like if I'm gonna keep doing this job that's really hard and weird and crazy, I want to do it the way I want to do it. And like I have to do some things I don't like or love, but I'm not gonna do anything that feels like cringy to me. Or if I do something that feels cringy, I'm not gonna do it again. So, and I do feel like life's just too short, and like I value my mental health and like my well-being and like my community, and I love being here. I like being on the road, but I don't know, I just want a healthy balance of a life. And and I like traveling to pretty places. Like that's why touring in Europe is so fun, because it's like an adventure and you're in a new country almost every other day. It's like here, it's like now you're in the Midwest, which is fine.
Yeah. Yes. We don't want to isolate any of our Midwest listeners.
Oh.
That got heavy.
We love the Midwest. But do I want to like only tour there? No, Yeah, it's great though.
Okay. Blink twice if you are going to when the new record comes out, maybe next year, come tour to South Florida, like Culture Room or Revolution
Oh,
Live.
Culture Room. I have no plans to yet, but it's so weird. You know what sucks is like every tour I've opened for that's been big and gone everywhere, nobody ever goes to Florida. Why is that? I mean, I know why. It's a long state. Literally, the artist I was just touring with, like, he was like, nobody goes to Florida because it takes so long to get in and out of Florida. But it is so, like, I would love to get to go play a show at Culture Room or like Revolution, just because I've never played there, and I grew up going. That was like the first shows I went to as a kid.
We're gonna make a tourcation happen in South Florida.
Yes.
You that comes up a lot on the pod. I would say the things that come up the most on the podcast, touring to Florida and how it's like difficult logistics wise, and Olive Garden. Those are the things that come up the most.
Is that a very Florida thing, or just separately, like separately?
Separate, total separate thing.
Garden, okay.
But it
Because
is
I
a
did
Florida
go.
thing.
It is a Florida thing.
I went so much in Florida. There was
It
across
started.
Oh,
Mhm.
that is so interesting because it's like an Italian. Not gonna question it. Cool.
Yes, don't question it and don't question these dumb questions. So, have you ever smashed a violin?
Oh, no, but I have literally nightmares of this happening all the time.
You've
I
never
have
been like cool punk rock mode, been like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then apologize to your mom.
no, I would be probably I would not be able to go home to my parents ever again. No, I like well, one, my violin that I play the most is from, we found it in my grandpa's closet. He doesn't play. We just found this violin in his closet after he passed away, and we were like cleaning out his house. And so I play that the most now. I have like, and it's not really worth much, but and I have one that's worth more, but I just love playing this one. It's like I just love it. And I like the story behind it. It's cool that he had it. Like nobody knew he even had it. Yeah. So I couldn't smash it. But I would like to smash another violin or any instrument. Like I've never done that.
We'll get you like a dollar store ukulele you can smash.
Yes. I'm just remembering, wasn't there like some late night show I think it was Saturday Night Live with Phoebe Bridgers, and she smashed
Yeah.
her, and everybody freaked out. They're like, wow, she's so privileged, or like just freaked out that she did that. And I'm like, people have been doing this.
It's because she's a woman.
Yeah.
People are, oh yeah, double standard. Pete Townsend can do it.
Right. Like every other guitar playing male has smashed a guitar in his life.
Yeah. I do see both sides because I was like raised a poor kid. So if you got a guitar, you're like, oh, I have to protect this forever.
I mean, totally.
But I bet you there's something very cathartic about smashing the hell out of it in like a fit of like inspiration on the SNL stage.
I can't imagine smashing an expensive instrument, but I'm down for smashing like a little cheap one, maybe.
Well,
Oh,
if
it
you,
still feels a little cringe to me because I can't tell you how many literal nightmares I've had where I've picked my violin up and the neck has fallen off of the body, and I've just like, what do I do? Or I go to play a show and I'm like, it's broken. Or like when I was growing up, like I was told by my violin teacher, like, because in Florida, like you can't leave your violin in the car. The glue will melt,
yeah.
and then you'll go to pick it up and it will all fall apart. So I have that visual in my head, and I've had so many nightmares about it. It's crazy.
Well, if you ever do break or accidentally break a violin, friend of the podcast, her name is Rosie Deloach, and then she will listen. So I'd be remiss not to say this. She that's what she does. She repairs violins and violas.
Oh, very
She's
good.
in Texas. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
What's up,
like
Rosie?
master crafts shit.
Very good to know. It's good to have that in mind if I do smash or
Well, when
drop.
you get on SNL,
Yes.
that should be your
The
thing.
spirit moves me.
Yes.
Well, I'm a
Smash.
lady, so I'll probably get like, I don't know, canceled because of my violent smashing.
Well, we'll back you up and we'll share this again when that happens very soon. Yeah. Okay. Sunrise or sunset? And the reason I'm asking this is yellow dawn or strawberry moon.
Oh,
Boom.
nice. Ooh, I think I'm gonna say, oh God, that's so hard. 'Cause I'm like in my brain picturing some recent ones, both like, but, and they're so special. Like in my mind, when I think of sunrise, I'm thinking about this sunrise I woke up really early to go see in Italy. We went to Sicily where my husband's family's from after this tour, and I woke up like at 5:30 in the morning, and I was like, I just gotta go see the sunrise. And it was this town called Ragusa where like it's like basically built on a hill, and I just saw the sunrise like come up from behind this hill, like magical town. So I have that seared in my brain, but then I also have like every time I've gone solo camping on our lake here, out to the little islands, like I'll take a little mushrooms. Hope I can say that on here. Feel like it feels like I can.
Nope. Drug-free podcast. I think I've cursed like 10 times too, so we're good.
Oh, okay, Jesus likes shrooms. And
Gotta
like
write that down.
you can quote me on that. And like those memories are also seared into my brain of just like, oh, they're both so beautiful. I don't know. Maybe I'll go with
That's
that.
the answer, though.
Okay, cool.
Is the fact that you can't choose. That unto itself
Yeah.
is a good answer.
Okay, great. Cool. Love that.
Yeah.
Both and.
Okay. Are you late, early, on time? What's your
I'm
habit?
pretty like just exactly on time, if not a little early, because of my classical music upbringing.
Okay.
Yeah. Very strict, like you're fired if you're like not early. So
Wow,
I'm
that's good to know.
but I don't have anything now that if I wasn't on time for, people would be like mad at me, or I like not like really mad, or like classical music's just so intense. It's just so intense. No, thank you.
Okay. Do you wear corrective lenses? And we wrote this. This was most of these are based off of song titles, so maybe that one's Hourglass.
No. I do wear corrective lenses.
You wear contacts?
I do. I have astigmatism.
Oh, bummer.
Bummer. Just in my one eye, just in my right eye.
What
I
does
had
that
it in
mean?
both. I had it in both, and then one changed. It means that the shape, it's something to do with the shape of your eye. So it's not like farsighted or nearsighted. But I have more trouble seeing far away with it. I don't know, man. I don't know. But my eyes have changed. Like do you wear contacts?
No.
Well, I guess this wouldn't apply to you then, but for
I
anyone
go
listening.
glasses though.
Okay.
If and when it happens, I'm
Glasses
gonna
are
go
fun.
glasses.
I have
I
glasses.
can't do the eyeball stuff.
Yeah, eyeball stuff's weird. Especially when like they rip in your eye. Oh my God.
Oh no, see it. I can deal with a lot of stuff.
It's the absolute worst.
I don't like that
Ugh.
stuff.
But when you go to the eye doctor, and I've had glasses since I was like 13. So, and I've had the same eye doctor, or I had the same eye doctor in Florida for a really long time. He shows me like the shape of my eye and how it's changed in my lifetime. And it's so interesting. It's so weird. Like eyes
That's
shift,
wild. Yeah, that
change.
net would never know that.
Right?
Yours
I
are
would
square now, right? Inside your skull, there's just
Yes,
squares.
they
They're like
are.
cubes.
So cubey in there.
They're cube eyes. Oh, okay. This I know is off of Hourglass. What hour of the day are you most creative versus most productive? Or are they one and the same?
I am most creative and most productive like morning for sure. Anytime before the afternoon. Like
Same here.
afternoon, my brain gets like real mushy.
Yeah. Do you get a second win though?
Nah, it's pretty much all downhill from morning.
I usually get a second win where it's morning until like 2 and then 2 to like 5. I'm just useless. Like decisions, creativity, production. I'm like, I don't know.
Whatever. Yeah. I like sometimes get a second wind at nighttime, but now that it's like getting wintry, that's probably gonna go away too.
Uh,
When it's gloomy and cold out and it's like dark and nighttime, I'm like, but why? Why would I want to go out there?
I'm right there with you. Even in my younger days, I was always like younger drinking days. I was always like, let's start early. Like none of this go out at
Yes.
11 bullshit.
Well, that's why like here in Nashville, there's just always shows happening. And like if somebody's playing at 11 p.m., that's your start time. That's a hard pass. And I'm gonna have to like, you're gonna have to understand. 'Cause I turn 34 next week, and I'm like, I'm only gonna be in bed earlier and earlier from here on out. And I love it.
Whoa. Are you into astrology and shit now?
I only am as of recently. I like joined this group of women called the Moon Bitches, and we meet on the full moon. And we a friend of ours, her mom is a famous tarot card creator, and like her godmom is a famous astrologer, so she leads the group and like what's happening, but mostly like I think a lot of people go for like just the hang. It's like a super fun hang.
Are
Super
the
way.
shrooms here too?
Good question. Very good question. They would be absolutely welcomed at any of them, but I'm not sure if anybody's taken them yet. But yeah, a lot of these women are in the Saline music video. I don't know if you'd seen it, but I literally
Yeah.
texted.
Oh, okay.
I texted them. We have it's a giant text thread called Moon Bitches, and I was like, I need witches for a music video.
Calling all witches. That's fun.
Calling all witches. So I am like, and the girl that's in the like leads the astrology, we're close, and she's like done a reading for me like recently, but I I like I'm so fascinated by so many things. I'm like a very curious person. Like both tarot and astrology for me lately have been like super fascinating, and I'm really interested in like exploring them, though I also am like I take everything. I believe in everything, and I don't. I heard somebody say this and I was like, yes, I believe in everything, and I also don't believe in everything at the same time. Like I'm like, ooh, yes, and also maybe is that true? I don't know. But it's fun to um be curious about things and explore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that's the healthiest way to go about it. If you went full force into it, that's probably not anything. It could be anything.
You know, that's how you join cult. And I do feel like I'm like loosely in a lot of cults. Um, but like so into it. Like I'm that is one of my cults. And then I'm also in this other cult of ice bathers where we meet
Uh,
every weekend and we do community ice bathing and breathing together. Very culty. And then we all hold hands at the end, and I fucking love it. I'm like so here for like these kind of cults, you know?
yeah. You mean cold plunges and shit like
Cold
that?
plunges.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah,
I would do
dude.
that shit with you.
If you're in Nashville, let me know. Cause I am like, now that it's getting cold, I'm like, am I gonna keep doing this? Because it's outdoors. I
Yeah,
wouldn't think I'm going to keep doing it, but I'm a little nervous. It's gonna be real
all
cold.
for that. Also, when you come do a show at Culture Room, the designer who does all the graphics for Bothering the Band, Enid, shout out to Enid, she will read your cards as well. She does that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
cool. I
She's
love that.
also a super talented designer. So
Okay, cool. Enid,
we're all
check
connected.
your stuff
We're all
out.
connected.
Love it.
Okay. Hard hitting question. Do you and or your husband wear socks to sleep?
Only when it's really cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I usually end up taking them off halfway through the night.
Okay.
And then they're just like, and then our bed is just like many of my socks, like at the bottom of the bed. So I'm always losing socks because of this habit, I think.
Is is the sheet tucked or untucked? So are they getting stuck there and not falling
Getting
out?
stuck.
Oh,
I hate when sheets are untucked. It really bothers me.
do you watch Seinfeld at all? Is that in your
I
world?
have like Ryan's more into that world. Um, I've dabbled, but I don't feel like because it's such like a cult, I don't feel like I can sit here and tell you that I watched Seinfeld. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, so Ryan will know what I'm talking about, where I'll say it's one tucked and one untucked. He'll know what that means.
Okay.
Also, I feel like Seinfeld's as soft a cult as like cold plunges. It's like
Oh, for sure.
it's more of a mental health.
Mental health cult. Yeah. So I think that's it. I'm into mental health cults.
Just like wellness and just being happy and not thinking about the doldrums. That's really what it's about.
Hell yes, brother.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, we're having so much fun. Okay. Favorite part of the pod, Abby's favorite question. Do you follow us on Instagram?
I think I just started following you.
Well, thank you. And this is our moment to tell everyone. We sneak this in here. Everyone follow Bothering the Band. Lydia Luce, right? Luce. There you go.
Whatever you wish, whatever you desire.
It's Luce. No underscores, no bullshit like that. Follow. And October 27th is the album. I'll be honest, this will come out after, of course, but still the album will be out in the world and you'll watch Lydia's evolution as an artist. So when she comes out with her like pop punk album and then her reggaeton album and then
Oh, reggaeton, my people.
that's a good South Florida thing for you.
Yep.
Um okay, what's your favorite flower?
Um, it's always been sunflowers, but I feel like it's changed and it's oh, what is it called? The peonies.
Oh, okay.
Those ones.
I was going, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't azalea a flower?
Azalea is a flower. It's not my favorite though,
Okay.
but I like the name. I'm really into like I like interesting sounding words. So azalea feels like, yeah, I like the name more than the flower, I think.
I feel that. Abby, what does azalea make you think of?
Iggy Azalea.
Oh yeah.
That's surprising because there is a big neighborhood in Orlando where we grew up called
Oh,
Azalea Park.
yep.
That's where my
Oh,
mind, dumb brain association went. So
cool. Love that.
cool.
I gotta play a show in Orlando then.
Yes, we would come to that one. Um, if you could interview any musician, live or dead, in this silly vein of Bothering the Band, who would you interview? And what would you ask them?
In a silly vein. Oh my God. This is the first thing that popped in my head, but Feist, and I would ask her if she likes to swim.
I love
That
now
was amazing.
we gotta get her on and ask. I would love it. She's like, no, fuck swimming.
It's really like about it. I don't know if it's like a big conversation starter, but hi, do you like to swim? No. Okay.
Only backstroke. Well, you'd be surprised when like those kind of like just like ambiguous questions, usually someone has like a story
Yeah.
or oh yeah, I didn't learn to swim until I was 28 or or I was on the swim team or some weird shit like that.
Yeah. You got to know how to swim in Florida.
So you got to.
They threw you in when you're a baby.
Oh, not anymore. No parents do that shit anymore.
Oh man, they tossed me in real early.
Of course. I'm assuming that's how all of us learned to swim.
Yeah.
Like, here you go. And then my mom threw Heinekens at us. Like, you bastards.
He seems to float well.
Now bring those back. Okay. Back. I never know what we'll get.
I really got her.
Yeah. I never know. They're unopened. Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay. What is next for you? Talk about the album. Tell us you're gonna tour to Florida.
Yeah,
Tell us all the shit.
I would love to do that. Well, like I'm just focusing on getting through the year right now. We have big album release show here in Nashville. That's also I run this local organization called Lachlan Strings. It's like a string community. So it's also that show. And then I'm going back to London to do a big Lachlan String show in London in
So
December.
cool.
Yeah. So I'm so excited about that. And that's our first, like, I want to do many more in other cities. Like I would love to do one in Berlin, and it's, for me, it's so cool to like expand the community aspect of Lachlan Strings. Like it's become such a cool community in Nashville. So I really want to, like, we're doing it at this like incredible venue called Union Chapel. And I just got to play there at the end of this last tour, and it was just like a dream. So to be doing our first like show out of Nashville there is so exciting. And yeah, and then I think I'm probably going to try to make a new record early next year and do a little touring, but we're also going to start trying to have a baby. It's
That's
crazy. So we're like planning our lives still, but then also like in the back of our heads, like, will that be happening? Will I be pregnant? Will whatever. So so many exciting life things, like I said, like all the balance of just life and like focusing on all of them at once.
I can't write notes fast enough.
Mhm. Good thing we're
Lots of notes.
recording this.
I know, but like I have like,
Can't.
thoughts that are like parallel.
I
to
know.
what she's saying that I want to
I
like
know.
go back to. I'm more or less talking to myself in these notes. Do you keep lists at all? Do you make lists?
Oh yeah, literally, like I have so many just notepads, my notes in my phone. We've been back, we've both been waking up at 4 a.m. because of jet lag. And this morning I woke up at 4 a.m. and I was like already ready to start the day. And I was like, no. And so I got my phone and I wrote down every thought that I had of the thing that I was trying to start doing at 4 a.m. and put it down. And then I went back to sleep. That was the first time I've tried that, because I have a very active brain. And like, if I start a thought or a to-do, then it's over. I'm up.
Yeah.
So writing it down is like,
Oh, you got it out and you were able to go back to sleep. Oh, wow.
yes, gotta get it out. Gotta get it out. Just
that's
like a tube.
fascinating. I'm going to try that next time I'm like woken up without.
Yeah, highly suggest.
We end every episode with a song from our guests. What song of yours would you like us to end this episode with?
Ooh, maybe Saline.
Okay. Love it.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to assume, but we always want to ask.
Okay.
And it's a great song. Love it.
Cool. Yay.
This has been a blast, and I'm so happy
So
we got
fun.
you. We can't thank you enough. And no joke, we love your tunes. So keep it up. We'll be rooting for you.
Thank you for having me. This has been really, truly so fun.
Indeed.
I
Gomi, thank you
good
so
belly
much
laugh.
too. Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Gomi. Yay, Florida.
Come down, holy water, sink into these roots, wash away the fire and the ashes too. See the oleander coming into bloom. We take care of each other. This I'll do for you. And what's it gonna take to show you? Like the saline hits the fade, like the pavement feels the rain. I am stuck on you today, and let me show you that I'm not leaving. Bring out all your demons, inside your eyes. I promise I won't leave you behind. And what's it gonna take to show you? Like the saline hits the fade, like the pavement feels the rain. I am stuck on you today, and let me show you that I'm not leaving. I am here to stay. I am here. I am here to stay. I am here. Like the saline hits the vein, like the pavement feels the rain. I am stuck on you today, and let me show you